What's up, everybody? I got hair in my face, hair sticking to my lipstick. Eat that. You guys are early. We got making lemonade from lemon, Shayla, who just recently celebrated a birthday. Davis Family Farm, who has made it my personal mission to get her mamaw, those sweet peppers from the Maker Seed catalog. Mama Z's Texas Kitchen, Naturally NC. Who else we got on here? Papa Z, Even the Sparrow, Ridge Life, Will's Petting Zoo and Garden, Walker Family Farm. Hey guys, thanks for coming by. I always appreciate it when people come to the lives because I feel like it's such a time sink for everybody. And there's lives literally every day of the week. So I get this little tiny space of your time, and that means a lot. So thank you. I'm definitely going to cut it off at 10 because I know the Broussards are doing their live at the same time. I always feel bad. I was half tempted to try and push mine back by like 30 minutes, but I know sometimes theirs runs 2 hours anyway, so it wouldn't matter. Hartley Hempstead, Michigan. Hey, Fermented Hempstead. That's my girl right there. She just recently did a asparagus fermentation video, which I still need to finish watching. Not that I have ever liked asparagus, but I feel like you can like anything if you try it different ways. Like for me, I grew up never liking Brussels sprouts. Didn't even like mashed potatoes as a kid. It was weird. But then you learn how to cook it right. I'm still working on kale though. Kale, I think, only tastes good with lots of bacon. Stacy from Yellow Rose Homestead's here. Exciting news for Yellow Rose. They have put down, and I think it was accepted, a contract on their property in East Texas, which is not far from where Donald's family lives, which means I'm going to have even more extended family in Texas, which is fantastic. Kale chips I do like. The ones I buy in the store. I have not successfully made them yet, but the ones that you buy in the store are like, they have like cheddar cheese powder. It's probably got some weird preservatives in it. There may be some that don't. I don't know. But I want to try finding a way to like kale. Hey, Teresa, Stringfield Ridge Farm. So Stringfield Ridge Farm is doing a book swap, and I actually have to mail my books out tomorrow. We're off tomorrow. Like this week was shot because Donald was at work from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Tuesday and Wednesday, and then his Mariner, the brakes went out, so we dropped that off last night. So he has to drop me off at work now until we get that back theoretically tomorrow. So I have not had time to go to the post office, but tomorrow we're off and we're going to go to the post office and drop off our books. And I think the next person to receive books, and I actually might do a video tomorrow before I go to the post office showing what books we're going to go to Susan Gotchi. So I have my list of who to send it out to. And after that, Mama Z gets her books, it looks like. So I'm really excited to see what books are going to be swapped around. Am I missing anybody else? Unpolished Gardens, hey. Not missing anybody else yet. I was trying to figure out whether I had any of the books you sent. I wasn't sure about the self-sufficiency one. I don't know that I have it. I haven't found it yet. That's one of our biggest problems is we've got books everywhere. Like we have a shelf down here now that's strictly for garden and herbs and self-sufficiency farm animals. Like I have a goat shelf. But I got to find all the books in the house to put on the court. Chill. We have company. But I did find 3 books that I'm going to donate. And one of them is actually the Elliot Homestead book, which is exciting. Love said Forge and Farm, hello. We're going to hear any singer? Any singing? Yeah, I did bring my guitar. Haven't figured out what I might sing, but I should probably get it out. And I think another book that I'm putting in the book swap is a chicken gardening book that is actually really cute. And has actually, I started reading through it. I'm like, is this the one I want to donate? Because it's hard parting with books. I'll be honest. It's like they're the homesteader's gold. Between that and compost and seeds, like those are the three major aspects of like homestead hoarding: is seeds, books, and, well, for me, critters. But there's a really cool chicken book that inspired me. Actually, it inspired me to write 3 new books because I don't have enough to do. But I'm gonna add that one to the swap. Hopefully somebody else will enjoy it too. Samson Farms. Well, there's trouble. We have Lily Homestead. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up. It doesn't cost anything. And it makes me go. So. Yeah, and then I have a whole bunch of books on like mythology. I'm a huge old mythology nerd. Beauty, Nourishing Traditions is like one of my favorite books of all time. Like health and wellness. I used to want to be a holistic nutritionist. I'm gonna grab my guitar real quick, or at least open the case. I don't know if any of you saw the video we put out on Monday with poor Sam and his wound. He's doing a lot better. I'm actually going to give an update video maybe tomorrow. We're going to do a lot of filming tomorrow. Try not to drop my guitar. I'm going to do a garden app review, which I'm excited about, like a cell phone app. And show you guys how to use it. It's really cool. You're a mythology nerd too, Samson? Well, why don't we talk mythology more? Why don't we do that? I mean, we talk every day on Marco. And if I can, I want to get Dad in more videos. He's got a lot of old stories. You know how old people are. I love them. To family, hello. I think every time I bring out the guitar, it's like a bat signal, and To Family hops in real quick. I guess I should probably, can't really see it. Yeah, Greek mythology. Celtic mythology is really cool, but really complicated. I think it's mostly the language. I'm huge into lots of Scandinavian type mythology, Norse mythology, any religious mythology, really. I was big into Greek for a long time. White Flowers Homestead, hello. I like that name. Is it a specific white flower? I'm curious. Mazzy's ready to listen. So I should get my phone. Sometimes I don't remember the lyrics all the time because I don't play as often as I used to. I will tell you guys my favorite flower is a blue hydrangea. I can't grow them for some reason. So I need to get some and find tips to grow a blue hydrangea because it's literally my favorite flower of all time. I can't seem to grow them. Wide Family Farm. Hey, Unpolished Gardens. Oh, I said hi to you earlier, but hello again. Did you get it, Nathan? Yay, video soon. Yeah, Nathan has some interesting news, but I don't know that I'm going to say it because he'll have a live on Tuesday, I think. Do you guys like Johnny Cash? Did I do Johnny Cash before? I might have. I love Johnny Cash. I'm trying to think what white flowers I like. Seeing White Flowers Hempstead name. White roses. Any roses, really. I remember I grew up on a farm in Baltimore County, Maryland. That's what my grandparents owned, and it was right next to this huge 2,000-acre reservoir called Liberty Reservoir. My grandmother had this thing. I always called it a snowball bush, but I don't remember the name of it. But it was like hydrangeas, but it was just big white snowballs, and I really liked that white flower. I'm entering. Oh, the rent. Oh, he did announce it. Yeah. So Samson Farms might be getting another property if he can get like the down payment, and he's working on the agreement. It's right down the road from him, and we're really excited. So we're all going to try to pull together and help him out as much as we can. And Nathan's also like the quail guru. So if you ever have questions about growing quail, we had quail for a while, but I actually would like to get into it again. I can't, for the life of me, for as many years as I've killed chickens, I can't think of how you kill a quail. Like, they don't seem like they have a neck. And I don't know. Walker Farm Fam likes cash. And they did the black part, so the man in black. I was pretty upset when he died. But I thought it was very romantic in kind of a dark way that him and June died so close together. White Flowers Hempstead, a combination of a maiden name and my married name. That's cute. That works so well. You know what's funny? Like my full name, and I don't care if people know it because there's many reasons I have to have a public name anyway. And if I'm going to be a singer, yeah, right. But Crystal Groves is my full name. And people keep asking me if I made it up. I'm like, no, it's just a very hippie name. I was actually named after the singer Crystal Gayle. And I was supposed to be Crystal Gayle Groves, but my dad's hair cutter lady, her name was Gail, and my mom got jealous. So my middle name is not Gail. Hear the train a-coming. Hear the train a-coming. And I'm stuck in Folsom Prison. Time keeps dragging on. That train, it keeps rolling on down to San Antonio. And I was just a baby. Mama told me, son, always be a good boy and don't ever play with guns. And I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. And I hear the whistle blowing, and I hang my head and cry. I don't do the fancy guitar work, but there's rich folks eating in a fancy dining car. They're probably drinking coffee and smoking big cigars. And I know I had it coming. I know I can't be free. Those people keep it moving, and that's what tortures me. Well, if they freed me from this prison, if nothing real shrinks mine. Bet I'd move there on a little further down the line, and I'm far from Folsom Prison. That's where I want to stay. Yeah, yeah, and I let that lonesome whistle blow my blues away. Aw, thank you guys. You guys always make me feel so nice. And I was having a bad day today, so this is nice. Gonna come sing with you one day. Yes, that would be awesome. I mean, I will be at HOA, and I will have my guitar. And making, not making lemonade, although she hopefully will be there too. Wolf's Head Farms and Forge, Denny will be there with his guitar. If he wasn't before, he is now, because I've said it on the internet, and you know the internet never lies. I wish I took piano lessons when I was a kid. Don't start, Court. No. And I wish I could read music and actually really knew how to play the guitar. Maybe one day, but it's all about time. And it's like I have my business, we have the homestead, like different things that I'm involved in. So you have to make time for things that you love and want to do in life. And I just got to figure out a way to make time. How can you have a bad day with all my comedy? I just had a kind of a butt client today. And then I didn't really get as much work that I wanted done. And then as soon as I started to leave the office, like at 8:30 to come home to do the live, I started having like heart palpitations and like a hot flash. And I'm like, you know what? I'm done. I'm going home. Yeah, I'll be at HOA this year. I feel like I mentioned this at every live, but I'm performing the wedding of Yellow Rose Homestead that was approved to be at HOA. So you get like a two-for. You get HOA, you get to attend a homestead wedding. It's all good. Yeah, this client, because I do web design, and he approved the design of the site. So I built it and I showed it to him. And he's like, this is not what we discussed. And I'm like, you want me to send you the messages where you approved it? Didn't say anything. I just kind of like, all right, I will make some adjustments. Busy Letter House, thank you for coming though. I know it's a weeknight. There's other lives going on, so even just stopping in and say hi is always appreciated. It's kind of hoping my husband would be on too, but I know they've been busy at work all week, so. As far as, we actually plan to film 3 videos tomorrow. I have one already scheduled to come out Sunday. It's kind of a long one though, and when I watched it, I don't really want to watch long videos. Maybe I just get bored with myself. I don't know. It's the collaboration that Rural Amethyst Acres started for Vision 2020. Yeah, he's busy herding turds naturally. I see, that's right. But I felt like I talked too much, so it's like 23 minutes long. But I mean, it's a good topic, and it goes through some of our goals for this year that aren't just homestead specific. Like one of them is cutting out sugar. Fermented homestead. You've inspired that in me. And then I've got 3 that I want to film tomorrow. We have all day, so we'll see. He is turding those herds. Right? So tomorrow you're supposed to get a new grow light. Yeah, we did move our seeds into the basement onto our seed shelf. I have not seen them today, but Donald did water them this morning. So I will take some more updates on those. We're tearing down the greenhouse tomorrow, I think. I got to get my blood checked tomorrow for my blood thinners. We'll have some running around to do, but I'll be filming a lot of stuff. Yeah, Donald wanted to have kids, but I'm about to hit that 40. So we're kind of at the end of that rope. I'm not opposed to having a kid this late in the game, but I'm leaning more towards adoption. Because 40 is a little old to have a kid. My son Ranger wants to play the drums. I told him piano first, then drums. Aw, thank you for the compliment on my voice. Yeah, drums would be awesome. I actually play tribal drums. I have a djembe, which is an African tribal drum. I also have played the doumbek, which is more of an Egyptian style of drum. I love tribal music. So I'll listen to like Celtic tribal music, like 𝙒𝙖𝙔𝙎. I love African music. I just love it. I just love music. So, but cultural style music really touched me for some reason, because you can feel the passion and almost like feel the history when you hear the music. So, Reaper Chiso, hey, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I think adoption would be a good way to go. 40 is still young? Yeah. I don't feel so young. Yeah, and another reason I'm a little hesitant about it now is because I'm on blood thinners, and because I was in the hospital in October for blood clot. Well, it was blood clots, but it was a pulmonary embolism. And then the year prior, I had blood clots because I fell down the stairs in the back, and they think the ones that I had in October were like leftover from that. So I may be screwed anyway. I don't know it, but I know I like that song, Ridge Life, Free Falling. I use honey and everything. I will probably use some honey, but I don't want to use artificial sugars. I don't want to use obviously white sugar. And it's not that I'll never have it again, probably, but I'm a very strong believer that sugar masks our taste buds. And I think I enjoy food more when I'm not eating sugar. And I just found out the guy that we were going to get bees from, his last day for ordering was on the 15th. So we missed that. But he still has bee classes. So I'm going to sign us up for bee classes next month. I don't know whether we'll be able to get bees, though. I'll have to see if I can find some from somewhere else. I would love to get honey directly from the hive. I have no idea how I'll do it. I'm a little nervous about bees. And I think Donald was always told he was allergic, but we're not sure. So I'll probably be the one doing the bee stuff, which I'm fine with. I used to get stung all the time as a kid because I was always messing with yellow jackets like an idiot. Hey, his happy inches. Mary Carter. Movie night. Yeah, we went to see 1917 this weekend. And has anybody here seen this movie? Because I was blown away by this movie. Not only, like, we love military movies, Donald and I both. I love any kind of military movie. World War II, Civil War, World War I, modern military movies. And it was probably the best cinematography I've ever seen. And it was because there's this new technology out where they make it seem like the whole movie was taken in one shot. It doesn't matter if this guy went over here while this guy was here, the camera's rotating around the entire time. So it never stops, it seems like. And obviously they had to stop, but it just felt like everything was in one take. And it was just so, it was so amazing. It's worth it. Bee suit, yeah. I think if I really pay attention to the bee class, I'll be okay. And I know I'm not allergic because I used to get stung a lot. I was trying to think of another one I could sing later. I'm not going to do it right this second, but. Maybe that one. Although I can't hit those notes all the time. I have not seen Judy yet. I actually don't know what's out now. I know that the new Thor's coming out soon. So we're thinking about seeing that when it comes out. Hi, Heathstead. I miss anybody else? Mindful Hempstead. Hello, hello, hello. Miss anybody else? I don't think so. Man, you guys, there's like a lot of people in here tonight. Thank you for that. Just need to get Donald on the lives again. There will be one live in March that he's going to be on because he has to take off for the local garden club. We're on the hospitality committee, which means we cook the meals for the garden club. So he has to take off that Thursday. See you, Davis Family Farms. Tell Mama I said hello. If it ain't animated, I haven't seen it. Yeah. I remember because my sister, I have a half sister, for those of you that don't know, that's 14 years younger than me. So I was like a freshman, maybe 8th grade when she was born. So I was probably 16, 17 when she got into like the Barney phase. So you're talking like 1996 or 7. So I pretty much am an expert on all the Barney songs. I don't know what kids are watching now. I don't know if it's still Blue's Clues or if there's other things kids are watching, but I can tell you that when I was a kid, you know what I wanted to watch was Conan the Barbarian. I loved all the sword and sorcery stuff. 7 Spanish Angels. I can't yet, but I will see if I can learn that one. I like learning new songs in general, and I have a lot of weird songs that I know. Like I know one that's from the movie Cold Mountain. And being in Gettysburg, it's kind of bittersweet to know a lot of the Civil War type music. And this is kind of a Civil War bluegrass song based around that time. Of course, that movie was based in like North Carolina or something, but it's a very sad song, and I want to say it's about the loss of a child. It's really pretty. I just love the old. I told Donald I want to learn some of the old cowboy ballads, like Big Iron. I love cowboy ballads. I think it's just because my dad had me grow up watching every Western known to man I've probably seen. Look how it goes. I wish my baby was born and sitting on his papa's knee, and me, poor girl, were dead and gone. The green grass growing on my feet. I ain't ahead, no, never will be, till the sweet apple grows on a sour apple tree. But still I hope the time will come when you and I shall be as one. I see what you're saying over there. Hey, Organic Railroads Farm. I wish my love had died and sent his soul to wander free, that we might meet where ravens fly, that our poor bodies his rest in peace. The owl is a lonely bird. It chills my heart with dread and terror. There's someone's blood there on his wing. Someone's blood there on his feather. It's a really sad song. Let's see if I can catch up on comments here. How into them? Let's see. If you hear my dog licking himself, I apologize. It's gross. Oh, thank you guys. I'm reading all these awesome comments. Teenage son wants to hang out with me. Yes, go hang out with your teenage son. Donald will not be home until 11:30. So once the live's over, I'm just going to be hanging out on whatever lives come after mine. Broussards are usually still on. I'll probably still do some more work. Try to get some stuff done for that client. That's a butt. I found out today. I don't even know if I want to talk about it on here. There was a guy that I was going to potentially do some work with on a local website. He was in the paper today. He's in jail for very unsavory things. So I kind of dodged a bullet there that I'm thankful about. Oh, this one's fun. I can do this one later. Once we get through some more of the live. You should make Denny play during a live. Absolutely. Denny does like this like bluesy riff scale thing that I just can't do. So if Denny wants to play guitar and like I could be his backup singer or something. Speaking of family time, Saturday nights we've started developing game night with Dad in order to have different ways to spend more time with him. And we've actually been having a lot of fun. I finally learned how to play aces last night. I've never played that, or not last night, last weekend. Never played that before. Musical night, yes. I actually might bring my drum too, and then I can drum while Danny plays the guitar, and then I feel like I might have to take my little wagon with me to HOA to carry on my drum and my guitar and maybe a chair. I actually started losing feeling in my legs at HOA last year because as soon as we got home, that's when I found out I had blood clots, and that's what was making me lose feeling in my legs. So I'm like walking around the fairgrounds, like barely able to walk. Is there a song about a little red wagon? There might be. See White Flowers Homestead, thank you for stopping by. I'm going to sub to you later because I don't know that I've subbed yet. So I will do that once the live's over. I don't know any Miranda Lambert, but I do know a Dixie Chick song. I do like Miranda Lambert, though. I should learn some of her songs. Ridge Life, didn't I recently tag you in a video? Is he still on here? I think he is. Because he was talking about his son playing violin. Thank you, Mary Carter. I appreciate it. Didn't she do a Little Red Wagon? She might have. I could do the assassinated. So I'm going to give a shout out to Orion Taltos there. I started, because I didn't have a car today, because Donald took my truck. And I ate my lunch early because I had nothing else to eat. So I ate my lunch at 2 o'clock, and like around 5 or 6 o'clock, I was starving. And Ryan ordered me a pizza as a gift. I thought that was really sweet. So many Garth songs. I don't, but I actually get a lot of requests for that. And surprisingly, I don't know any Elvis songs either. And my dad loves Elvis. So I guess I need to up my game. I think I will up my game. This is giving me a reason to play again. Hey, Rustic Traditions. I will tell you, like, speaking of Smashing Pumpkins, my favorite type of music in high school was grunge. And my favorite, what I think is the best album of all time ever made, is honestly Alice in Chains Unplugged. I cannot think of a better album. There's a couple that are close. Bad Motorfinger by Soundgarden is really good. But Alice in Chains, it's such a good album. I want to learn some Alice in Chains songs. And I started learning, what was it? Nutshell by Alice in Chains. But it's been a while, so I don't remember how to play it. I'll have to practice that one. Rusty Cage, phenomenal. And then Johnny Cash did a version of it, even better. And even Johnny Cash's version, like I used to love 9 Inch Nails, but his version of Hurt, I used to be able to play that. I don't know if I can still do that one. I literally have not played that one in like 10 years. Do I even know the chords to it? That's the question. I might practice that for next week, guys. Some Hurt by Johnny Cash's version. See you, Walker Farm fam. Well, see you soon. Yeah, Hurt's good. Honestly, some of the best stuff that I think came out of Johnny Cash was released after he died. The God's Gonna Cut You Down song, for some reason, I just love it. There's another one. It's just, it's his music after he died, and his music's always been this way. It was that hard, down to earth, like salt of the earth sound that he had. What did June call it? Hard like a train or fast like a train? Steady like a train. And I feel like it just got more raw after he died. And I actually don't have that album, that American Volume whatever album. And he was an obsession of mine for a long time, Johnny Cash. I'm actually friends with his granddaughter. I don't know if you guys knew that. I don't know if it's his youngest daughter, Kathy Cash. Her daughter and I are friends on Facebook and have been friends for like 15 years. So. Start a band? Yeah, we should start a band. The Homestead Band. Mama Z showed me some kind of weird acapella bluegrass. What was that band? Oh, I don't even know if she's on. I mean, they were okay, but I kind of just I like music like Tyler Childers and Colter Wall and what's that guy's name? I never remember his name. Oh, hey, Mama Z. What was that band you were talking about? The acapella guy singing that weird music. Humphrey. Yeah. I'm not really into that music, though. But any of the... And I was talking to Don about this the other day. There's this movement out there. Like Sturgill Simpson, Tyler Childers, all these... I call them like down-home, Southern outlaw country style music. It's phenomenal. I love it because they're very much against, well, I say they're against the system, and they are. Although Tyler Childers did recently win a Grammy, so that's part of the system. But still, I love it. I love them to death. I'm Iron Horse, yes. Iron Horse. Yeah, and they do like bluegrass, Metallic. I think they did like a bluegrass Slayer song or something. Like they're pretty awesome. But there's this movement of this outlaw country that's starting or has been going on for the last couple of years. And I absolutely love it. But I see no women. I think someone mentioned a woman. I forget her name. But that's the kind of music I want to play. The rough, rebellious, outlaw style music. It could be country. It could be a mix of rock and country. I don't know. But there's not a lot of women that do it. It's not a lot of women that can pull it off either. I feel like I might have the voice that could do that. But I could just be blowing smoke too. So there's that. Nikki Lane. I might have to get you guys to message me those names so I don't forget. Whiskey something was another one that I recently ran across that I like. Do you guys know who I'm talking about? Whiskey riff? Whiskey something. I feel bad talking about music. I wanted to talk about homestead stuff too. So the chicken coop's done, except we have to put like a roof over the main part where the chickens are. So our next project is we're going to tear down the greenhouse tomorrow, and then we got to figure out all these window panels. How are we going to fashion them together? It's like the homesteaders, 𝙒�㼧𝙔𝙎, yes. It's like a homesteaders version of Tetris. And then I got to like sand them down. I want to paint them. So that's over the next couple weeks what we're going to be working on. And then after that, I think we're going to prep our beds because we don't actually plant in the ground until May up here. So we have some time to put the greenhouse together, prep the ground, set up some 𝙎𝙬𝙀𝙈 beds, and then we got to focus on rain barrels because we've got 3 rain barrels now. I want at least 8 around the homestead because the well we have here is only 17 foot. Blackberry Smoke's another really good one, by the way. He has this weird chin beard that is funny, the main singer there. But so we have a 17-foot well, and it almost went dry last year. If we water the garden from the well too much, it will start to spit, I guess. So we have a stream out back, and we put a pump, an immersible pump in there. And so we can pull water that way. I want to start pulling water and filling up the rain barrels for when even the stream starts to go a little low when it's hot and not raining. So that's kind of our goal. I want to get all the rain barrels up by July, preferably by June, but we'll see because May is the big planting month. So it'll probably be July. Yeah, we were thinking about digging because I've shown video before where we want to put it, and it's kind of like a dip in the garden, that water, and it's clay over there. Nothing but clay. So water just sits. And we were thinking, do we want to dig like 2 feet down? And we have all these trees that we want to put in it. And I'm like, it's just so much work. And it's already dipped. So I'm like, why don't we just pile the trees on top of it in the long row for the hugelkultur, and then just pile on wood chips and straw and debris from the garden that we're going to be pulling up. And we might just do it that way. You get a lot of rain. Ours, I feel like the weather around here is bipolar. We had one July where I think it never got over 80 degrees. And it was beautiful. But it was bad for, it wasn't really bad. And then we had one December where it never got below like 40 degrees. So it just never makes up its mind. But July and August are always the hottest month here. Usually January, February are the coldest. We haven't had much snow this year. I think the bugs are going to be bad this summer. So I also have to prepare for my brassicas because I get the worst luck with brassicas because of cabbage worms. And I have never successfully grown Brussels sprouts. I do okay with the cabbage. And my kale, I still got kale out there. I was eating it out of the garden the other day. I'm like, it's February. Why do I have kale? Munch. So those do okay, but my Brussels sprouts and my broccoli. I have grown cauliflower, but it's not often. I think when I was planting it too late before. So a lot of experiments to do this year. We're going to do a roof stout version of the garden. We've already got that set up. We have raised beds. We're going to have hugelkultur. We're going to have double dig. We're going to have traditional. And then we're going to show progress on each type. We have a food forest we're starting. We have a veg we're starting. And I think for all of that, even, we're not going to dig. We're just going to pile on organic matter on top because it's all clay and gross. And it's less work to just pile stuff on there rather than dig. Might as well. Have I tried row cover crops? I haven't, but I think that's what I'm going to try this year because of the cabbage worms. I've never had an issue with tomato hornworms, surprisingly, because we have a lot of tomato plants. But I think I'm going to use the black light method at night when we're putting everything to bed to see if we've got any and just pick them up and feed them to the chickens. Yeah, the raised beds did really well for us. We've had raised beds for quite a few years now because that whole field used to just sit as like a bowl of water over clay dirt. And the raised beds really helped protect the ground. And everything grows fine in those. I wouldn't mind having all raised beds, but we still want to support or try the different methods and then document it. And it may be the raised beds are the way to go. Like they're partial back to Eden raised beds. Does that make sense? A lot of wood chips. A lot of wood chips. Yeah, I think Donald wants to try to do like pest control plants and companion plants to get rid of the cabbage worms, but not that I don't think it can help, but I don't think that's going to be enough. I think I'm going to have to cover. I think you can make your own. Like we've got raised beds set up where we plant a lot of the brassicas. So I feel like I can get some PVC pipe and make a little arch and put some netting over it. Got netting. Like that shouldn't be that hard, right? Ooh. Never heard of 𝙒𝙑𝙄𝙊𝙄𝙇 wasp. Not that I study wasps or anything anyway, but that's cool. Yeah, the perfect garden is one that has an actual ecosystem in it, I think. If you don't have an ecosystem of everything, then you're not gardening right. I think that's part of my problem. We don't use any chemicals. I'll use DE if I have to. I used a lot of DE last year because of the freaking cabbage worms. You did a lot of companion planting. Now, what kind of companion planting did you do homesteading in Idaho? Because we did a lot of thyme, nasturtiums. Trying to think what else we did. Marigolds. Hey, in your yard. And then we have our peach and fruit trees now. And we had a ton of Japanese beetles on those. And we just picked them off, put them in a bucket and feed them to our chickens. They weren't as bad this past year, but the year before they were so bad. We actually netted our trees because it was so bad. They would just eat them up. And then the deer got to some of the plum trees. So I have fencing around the plum trees right now. And I might have to keep fencing around the plum trees for a couple years. Or just shoot me some deer and fill up my freezer. I don't have an issue with that. Oh, that's right. I think another thing I want to do is clean out my freezer because I went in there a couple weeks ago and I'm like moving stuff around because that's where we store a lot of our chickens that we butcher. And we're actually about to get some more butchering chickens. We get the Red Rangers. And I was moving stuff around and I saw this claw sticking up. I'm like, what the heck is that? It was a raccoon claw. Someone put a raccoon in the freezer. I don't know why. So I'm going to pull the raccoon out of my freezer, I think, so I can put more chickens and maybe deer. Basil. Yeah, basil. I did a lot of basil with my tomatoes. We did a lot of thyme. We did dill with the tomatoes. Lemon balm, I don't think we did. We did some lemon basil, which smelled like pledge to me. I don't think I would cook with it. Hillbilly Hot Pockets on Ridge Life tomorrow. What is a hillbilly hot pocket? Can you give me any hint? Because that sounds amazing. You have a raccoon in the freezer too? That's funny. I have a stuffed turkey in my living room. His name's Charlie. Full-size turkey. That was a pet. He's right over there. Have you guys seen Charlie? I'll have to show you Charlie sometime. You also plant in your flower bed. Yeah. And that's one of the things that we want to do is we basically don't want to mow. I want the whole property to be food or pollinators. I might have like a little spot out back to set up like badminton or something if I want, but everything else, I don't want to see grass. Maybe some flagstones to walk through stuff, but I don't want a yard. I want an ecosystem. I also really spread out my plants instead of everything clumped together. I have plenty of room and multiple garden beds so I can easily spread out. Yeah. That's one of the things we're going to do this year is we're actually doubling our garden space and then we're expanding out into everywhere. So we're going to be planting so much. I don't know that I will have time to plant everything we're going to plant. Like hundreds of plants. And I actually told a friend of mine today when she stopped by, I was like, you might have to come over and help me plant all this because it's going to be a lot. You know what I got to do? I'm turning 40 in April. And I do want to get 500 subs by then, but I kind of want to get, I don't have a pressure canner. I've never had one. I might have had an old one that was like my grandmother's that I don't know that I trust because it's so old. I would really like if I can kind of nudge Donald a little bit. Like I really want a pressure canner. If I'm going to do all of this, I really want to be able to can it. I have a water bath. I can do sauce fine, and I can freeze sauce fine and peppers fine. I can dry stuff, but I don't have a pressure canner. So I need, for my 40th, I feel like I want a pressure canner. Yeah, we're thinking about doing a chicken tractor with the meat chickens this year with the old chickshaw, the Justin Rhodes design. And that was in the video that came out Monday. Donna was talking about the design for that, how we're going to do that. So we're going to rotate those around. I actually would like to rotate my rabbits too. So when you do rotate and pasture your rabbits, do you feed them anything special in addition, like still rabbit feed? I imagine you would have to. I do need a pressure canner. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like I have a pressure cooker, like the Instapot, but I don't have a canner. I need a legit canner. Should we start up? Crystal needs a canner thing. Make Donald do it. That's her 40th birthday present, is we get her a canner and she cans all the things. I'll tell you one thing I like. I had a friend that canned me some garlic carrots once, and I think I ate 2 jars in one sitting. I probably pickled myself. I might have to get you guys to drop some links and names then for me for brands to look at. But yeah, I would really love a pressure canner. Because I was pricing those American ones, and it felt like they were like $250 or so, and that's a little much for me right now, especially since I'm about to drop $600 getting Donald's car fixed tomorrow. Brakes, tires, inspection. It's going to kill my budget this month. You seeded your lawn with a mix of weed seeds like plantain, clover, dandelion, etc. We have a lot of plantain and dandelion naturally, but I do have some clover seeds I could plant. You have to supplement to rabbit feed sometimes, but in good growth we don't. I imagine you would have to in the winter too. I don't know. Well, I guess you're in Idaho, so I don't know what the weather's like there necessarily, but I imagine it's cold. Do you still do it in the winter? Presto. So Presto sounds like a good option. Sounds cheaper. I might be able to do that. Go with the quality of the expensive one. Yeah. That's the thing. I don't know what to get. And then you got to get jars. I have some jars downstairs, but I really got to check them and make sure they're okay and get some new lids. A lot of plantain, a lot of dandelion. Yeah, and plantain is such a good, what do they call it? Soldier's weed, like during Civil War times, because it's just such a good plant for tending wounds. So I love plantain. We have a lot, yeah. Winter they have free choice to hay all the time. Oh, okay. Now do you still feed rabbit feed with the hay? Interesting. I know that one of the things Donna wants to do is put our rabbits in with the chickens in the wintertime. If we build a new barn and have the chickens kind of break down the rabbit poop. We'll see. Right now we have just the chicken composting system, which we talk about a lot in our videos. But yes, we're going to have some new videos out this weekend. I'm going to try to have one out tomorrow on the app review that I want you guys to check out. It's a really cool app. Monday or Sunday, I have the 2020 vision. I have a Brussels sprout video coming out. I forget what the third one is. Or the other one is I want to do. We do feed rabbit food with the hay. If I don't have enough spinach, plantain, dandelions, grow in the greenhouse. Yeah. See, that would be nice because we spend a lot on pellets. I think we're going to focus on the chickens first, trying to get them off of too much feed because we spend a lot of money on feed with the chicken composting system and the food that we're going to grow this year, between like sunflowers and lots of food scraps. But well, the letters came from an army camp in California, then Vietnam, and he told her of his heart might be love and all of the things he was so scared of. He said, when it's getting kind of rough over here, think of that day sitting down at the pier, and I close my eyes and see your pretty smile. Said, don't worry, but I won't be able to ride for a while. And I cried, never gonna hold the hand of another guy too young. Then they told her, waiting on the love of a traveling soldier. Our love will never end, waiting for the soldier to come back again. Never more to be alone. When the letter says the soldier's coming home. Listen up my guitar a little bit. One Friday night at a football game, the Lord's Prayer said and the anthem sang, and one man said, to bow your heads for a list of local Vietnam dead. Crying alone under the stands was a piccolo player in a marching band, and one named Red, and nobody really cared, except a pretty little girl with a bow in her hair. And I cried, never gonna hold the hand of another guy too young. Then they told her, waiting on the love of a traveling soldier. Our love will never end, waiting for the soldier to come back again. Never more to be alone. When and the letter says, the soldiers coming home. Thank you guys. Well, it is now 10:02. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight. I actually really look forward to these Thursday night lives because it gives me an opportunity to just kind of sit and hang out, even though technically I do that at all the other lives that we're all in together all the time anyway. So it's like we get to hang out every night. But I know that it's a lot of time investment that you guys do. So it's always well appreciated. And I do like to shout out a channel at every live. And I know Mandy's not in here, but I see that Shayla was in earlier. Making Lemonade from Lemons did celebrate a birthday this week. So my shout out is going to be to her to check out her channel. She's got a lot going on. She has a really cool story, if you haven't seen it yet, of her son who hates to read, like absolutely hates to read, was enthralled with the Murray McMurray Hatchery book. I think that was the one. And was actually reading it and writing, and it was helping him to enjoy reading. And they actually reached out to her and sent them a gift. And she made a cool video about that. So definitely check her out. She's one of my favorites. And of course, she's a mod on here. And all of my mods are wonderful. So feel free to check them out. And, you know, check out everybody. Like, I subscribe to like 490 channels. And I don't watch everybody's video all the time. I will watch a close circle of people or ones that I know I have heavy interest in. But, you know, I try to catch everybody once in a while. And, you know, the goal here as a homestead community is to be a community. So look for some cool announcements coming up soon about the homestead community that I'm working on. But other than that, I'm going to let y'all go. Enjoy the rest of your evening. If you feel like chatting with me, ping me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram. All the links are below. I'm constantly on my phone, so there's always a way to reach me. So you guys take care, and I will see you next Thursday, if not sooner. Thanks again. Oh, I got to hit end twice. What?